Hey everyone, it's Preshan and Chris from Audio Technology. Today we are at Chris Holder's place in Buninyong in Victoria, and the goal for today is to set up a Dolby Atmos studio in Chris's backyard studio space.
On a budget.
On a budget, for sure. It's
Extreme budget. As cheap as we can possibly do it. We're leaning heavily on PreSonus, so we've got a bunch of the new Presonus Eris Pro. I think they're the 4s, the small ones.
4-inch,
they're coax, so they're a very compact box. And Link Audio, who distributes PreSonus in Australia, have also been kind enough to supply us with enough Gravity loudspeaker stands to make it all possible. At the front end, so to speak, is the new Audient Oria, which is designed for this purpose. It's designed to provide the basis and the system and the brain to be able to pull off what we're trying to pull off today. So that's really kind of the Link item in the gear list, is the Audient Oria.
So the fact is, we don't really know how today's going to go. It's all a little experimental, but it's fun, and we're really hoping we get to the end of the day and we can play back that first test track from PreSonus Studio One in full Atmos after the room calibration's been done, and hopefully we are completely wowed by the result.
So welcome to my humble abode. Hopefully to be not so humble by the end of the day. So here's the space, guys. So it's about 5.5 by 6 meters. I've put some Megazorber 50mm acoustic panels on the walls just to dampen down the space a little bit. In the corner you can see, wow, here's what 12 Eris Pro 4s look like. We'll be doing that with the Gravity stands, which we've got all lined up here. Of course, the linchpin is the Audient Oria. It's a brand new audio interface that is designed for this application. It brings down the price point of being able to set up a space like this, not only with the ins and the outs and the DSP, but also a companion system from SonarWorks that allows you to tune and optimize the room.
Chris doing some measurements. Try and get the speaker stands.
I'm aiming for 1.5.
You can see we're really clued up. We have how to set up a Dolby Atmos studio.
What are you talking about? That's the state of the art.
So we're about an hour and a half in. We've managed to unbox all the speakers, and we've got the speaker stands in roughly the right locations.
So here we are, we've actually got all of our speakers plugged in, turned on with power and audio. I guess the Heights speakers were the most challenging. As you can see, it's a bit of a janky solution. We've got the Gravity stands up high on top of the bar stools, tilted down as much as we can, cable ties to stop it from falling off. The rears were easy. So the next step is to switch Oria on and get the SonarWorks system pinging the room and tuning the system as a whole. Let's get into it. Well, that was a bit of an ordeal. We just finished doing the SonarWorks Sound ID calibration, which involves a lot of moving around the measurement mic to different points and getting the system to sweep all of the speakers. Sometimes it was very, very tricky to get it in the exact right spot. But anyway, we're there now after an hour or so of doing that. So this is the results of my room measurement. I'm not sure whether this is scary bad or not. I haven't had enough experience to know whether that's scary bad. But it showing you that with the center as the reference anchor point, what it's doing to the other speakers how much it's attenuating the other speakers and how much it's delaying them. So this will obviously all add up to a way more phase coherent result and level matched. So save and finish. So we did it. We're now sitting in a Dolby Atmos studio, properly set up, properly calibrated. It's 4:30, so we've managed to do it all in the one day. So I'll just show you over here. The Sound ID SonarWorks calibration curve is now living in Oria, so that's got exported and is now sitting in Oria. So that's all done. And then we just loaded up the Studio One demo track, and we've been listening to that. I think the initial thoughts is just, okay, compared to not using the SonarWorks system, where before it was just like a bunch of speakers just coming at you with, it was impressive, but it wasn't cohesive. And now we have a genuinely immersive, cohesive system, which has been time aligned, it's been level matched, and of course we've got this EQ curve to compensate for the room. So it sounds just like a properly immersive monitoring system, and couldn't be happier, very impressive. I think the only initial impressions we've got of the way that we've configured it is the high channels, probably not at their best up there. I think we're just not getting the impact that we could if we'd put them somewhere else, maybe a little further into the room. But that's just one sort of initial impression. Looking forward to hearing more music through this, and of course producing music in here. It's going to be so much fun. It's genuinely inspiring, even just to play this one song. Yeah, we couldn't be happier. Great day's work. So we set out to build a Dolby Atmos music studio on a real budget. We had in mind maybe under 10,000 Australian dollars. I'm still unsure as to how we did, so we're just gonna spend a little bit of time on Google and see how we went. Let's tally it up, let's check it out. The pricing on the Audient Oria at the moment. Now, the best I can find is 3,975 Australian. So we'll add that to our list. The next item on the list is all of those PreSonus Eris Pro. So let's have a look at how much they're going for. It's the Pro 4. So the best price that I can find is 369 Australian dollars. So we
multiply that by
9. So while you're tallying that up, I'm just going to check on the price of the sub, which is the Eris Pro sub 10. And the best price I can find for that is 554 Australian. Next, we had all those gravity stands. They're officially the SP3202 speaker stands, so we're checking those out now. The best price I can find is 119 Australian.
multiply that by 9 as well.
Exactly, 9, so leads. Now, some of those are custom leads, some of those leads were existing. I did a little bit of maths earlier, and I think around about $500 is safe for leads. So let's add all those up. I've got 3,975 for the interface. I've got a total of $3,321 for the speakers, 554 for the sub, 1,071 for the speaker stands, $500 approximately for the leads. We believe that is 9,421. Okay, so we're under 10 grand, which is good, but that does leave us with about $570 odd to spend on acoustic treatment. Obviously, I put some of that in my space. You probably will need to as well. Or you might want to spend some money on a DAW upgrade, because you're going to need the Dolby renderer in your workflow. So all up, I reckon we're sitting on that Australian $10,000 mark, which is awesome.
There's something in the air. All the stars are twinkling in tempo. Can you